Okay, good afternoon, guys. I had a couple of calls regarding cutting plexiglass, so I thought I would just show you how I like to do it. It's quick and simple. Keys. Always have a good, sharp blade. This is a nice, fresh blade, okay? I'm just going to use this to cut it. The next trick, I've already got it marked it with a Sharpie. You don't have to do that. I just did that so it would show up better on the video. You need a good straight edge. I use my drywall square because I use it enough that it's always with me, so I always have it on the truck. And here's you can cut this just as it is on the carpet, but if you're cutting outside, I would recommend just a scrap piece of wood, because once this blade drags off of here, it's going to hit that concrete and it's going to chip the tip off, and then you're dead. Okay, the only other tip, well, there's two other tips, but one of them, the guys complained that when they try to pull it, it wants to crawl, it wants to creep. Okay, so my trick for that is when you start out, make a couple of light cuts. Just go ahead and score it so that you've got your groove going. Okay, just 2 or 3 light strokes. Okay, now I can bear down on it without it crawling all over the place. Give it about 3 to 4. Really good. Pulls across there with pressure. And that'll score pretty good for you. Okay, now when you make that groove, if you look under a microscope, you'll see where the groove is like this. So now if I try to snap this is going to close. That's going to close, and it's going to try to tear out at the bottom. So the real trick to it, flip your piece over. Now you're going to be breaking it at the thinnest part. So what I do is flip it over like this, get my straight edge here. Another word of advice, always pull the biggest part. If you pull the biggest part, you get better tension and a more even break. So let's see what we got. I don't think I could do much better than that, even if I were using a saw that's made for this. Okay, now the only other piece of advice that I have for you, if you have to cut a small piece off the end like that, there's no way to stand on this to break it off. Okay, it's just not going to happen. So I'll score it, flip it, and then just use the most available tool that I have. So now I can snap it. Now I'm not going to break this one. I did not score this, and I'm not going to cut it because I've already got this piece cut to the length that is the size that I want. But anyway, that's just another piece of advice. Just use whatever tool you have available. This works just fine. Just push the door to, snap it off, and you're good to go. And that's how I like to cut it.